I want to paint a picture of you. I want to paint you in an imaginary place and moment where your face and movement freeze in the position that I love most, happiness. I want to paint a picture of you smiling. I want to paint a picture of you smiling a smile that expresses that smiling is the only expression that your lips know how to do. All while watching you paint a picture of me, smiling at you, smiling while painting, fingers dancing across my face, facing the easel while waiting on me to be serious. Because serious is all that you know from me. My hard candy shell, yet notice its rigidity, but candy nonetheless. Know that you are a friend to me, and not just any friend, but the very best. I want to paint a picture of you. But not in the nude, wrapped in silk sheets, but in cotton sweatpants, across the butt love pink, painting your fingertips in chocolate from the fruit that we are about to eat. I want to paint a picture of you. Brush strokes on the canvas, having no idea what half is, but you're painting your picture the fastest, because I can't sit here waiting on you to finish. I need to kiss you. So somewhere around 2010, I did my first poetry set. It was funny because I had to read everything off of my BlackBerry, and and people enjoyed it. Even at a show or two, I remember a group of women approached me and were able to even recite a few of the lines from the poems. They remembered the poems, and I hadn't even remembered them yet. So I thought that was pretty cool. The short story part of it, I suppose it's just a gift. It's just a gift, and that's where I really get in depth. I really get involved with the characters, and you end up falling in love with the characters, and being extremely descriptive, and you actually find yourself in the story like a daydream.
Go.
I work extremely hard. I I always knew I wanted to do something outside of maintenance. I work actually in mechanical maintenance. Um, Quick story: I was 18 years old, and I was detailing cars at a Chevy dealership. And on my 18th birthday, I was sitting on my parents' front porch, and my father, where normally he would look at me with a sense of pride, on this day in particular, it was different. The look that he gave me was different, and just as much as I had a feeling in my stomach, he said to me, "What, are you going to wash cars for the rest of your life?" And that stuck. That stuck ever since that day. Over the years, my writing has evolved. I've always been a real sap. Um, lot of love stories, highs and lows. There's a lot of heartbreak mixed in there, uh, and it kind of stems from the music. I'm a huge Maxwell fan, a John Legend fan. I sprinkle some Usher in there, and a little bit of Trey Songz, and from there I kind of went from just just all the way sappy, and I'm so head over heels in love, to having some new life experiences, maybe a little on the negative side. And for probably the last 5 years or so, the love stories have been a little more real and transparent, in a sense, to where people are more able to relate to the real life side of love. And I like to express the real life side of love. I'm a pretty transparent man, and I never really been embarrassed to talk about it. I know people relate, and what I do when I describe that pain, when I describe that confusion, when I describe these different situations, I'm trying to reach the audience. If I'm performing, I'm trying to reach the reader, and put the words in a way that they can relate to most. So, I mean, the biggest part of the transition was going from a long love story, and I was really just trying to impress the ladies at the time. But now, as I've gotten a little older, and everybody's experienced I'm going to say at least 2 significant heartbreaks in life. I'm really trying to reach that crowd and touch that nerve and maybe give a different perspective and outlook, because I'll recite a passionate poem that may be or seem to be full of hurt, and then I'll follow it up. So I have a pretty good following on Facebook, and I'll follow it up with perhaps how to pick yourself up out of that. I grew up Cosby-like. Uh, my mother and father have been married for 37 years, and that has had a great impact and influence, even though I have a failed marriage under my belt. But they always provided the perfect example. You know, it kind of boils down to growing up with the best advice, but still doing what you want to do type of thing. Um, I have a sister, an older sister, a younger brother, and we remain very close knit. We have obviously bumps in the road and sibling rivalries, but very close knit, loving family in general. It's nothing like us all getting together at mom's and having coffee in the living room on a Saturday morning. That's the kind of environment of my household. The Betts family has always been very close, and we try to get together as often as possible. We never miss a holiday. Everyone is just very loving and caring in general. All rooted from my grandparents, obviously. I love people and I manage people. I actually even use it as a transition into some of my short stories, where I could use some of the different characters and personalities that I work with in those stories. So anyone looking for a thrill ride, that's where it gets difficult. I would tell, there's a flip of a coin. You can jump off the cliff. A lot of people are successful that way. Or you can grind it out until you're for sure. Me personally, this is what I like to do. This was the example that's been set for me. My father has been a union painter for 40 years. This is what's ingrained in me. This is excitement for me. I don't lead a very exciting life. I work and I write. And on a given weekend, I'll recite. Outside of that, we're going to keep grinding it out until that self-publishing comes and someone loves it, and I hit a home run. I'm James Betts, and I read my coffee today. Have you?